You are welcome to the Messiah Revelation channel, which is a prophetic ministry dedicated to the end times. I take this opportunity to thank all of you, the members. There's a member by name Ayaha Coleman. I haven't had any contact with you for a long time, and I'm wondering how you are doing. I thank all of you for your comments and also watching the video. It is by divine intervention that you have seen this channel, and you are also watching the channel. We are not interested in numbers, because Matthew chapter 7 verse 21 is clear. It's not those who say Lord, Lord will meet the Messiah, as those who worship the Lord in the spirit and in truth. I'm using this opportunity to let you know about some of the divine encounters that I've had throughout my life. And I'll be very selective, because it's not everything that I can tell you. All I can tell you is that the encounters that I release in videos are real, and the encounters are properly recorded. So I'm going to use the opportunity to go over some of these encounters. The encounters are dramatic, and it will be difficult for somebody to believe. And if you don't believe it, I wouldn't hold it to you. Some of the encounters are so dramatic that if you don't believe it, I understand. But they are true, they are real. And I'm going to use the opportunity to go over some of these encounters. The major encounter that I had occurred before 2000, and that was when in a vision I saw the Lord sitting on his throne. And if you read the Bible, there are instances where people have seen the Lord sitting on his throne. The prophet Daniel is one, the prophet Isaiah, the prophet Ezekiel, and also Apostle John. When he was on the island of Patmos, he saw both the Messiah and the Most High himself sitting on his throne. And so I want to relate this experience as one of the encounters. I was lying on the bed, I was asleep, then I saw in a vision, a night vision. I was asleep and I saw in a vision, and I saw a man sitting on a high chair, and he was wearing a white apparel. His white was white, and I saw a fountain of water proceeding from where he was sitting, and I didn't know what to think about it. And I woke up from the vision, and when I woke up from the vision, I heard a voice. God is sitting on his throne. God sitting on his throne. God sitting on his throne. And I also heard the words crystal clear, crystal clear. And I woke up, and I'm talking about a time before 2000, somewhere around the year 2000. And so I woke up, and I didn't know what to say. So I called a lady who is a Christian, and she was regular in church. I wanted her interpretation of the vision, particularly when I told her that when I woke up, I heard in my ears God sitting on his throne. And she told me that it is a calling. God is calling you to do his work. And at that time, I was not so much involved in the work of God. And I will be point blank. At the time that I saw this vision, I was going through professional persecution, and I would not go into details about it. It was even a time when I was going through one of the most critical times in my life. And you have to remember that God reveals himself to you, particularly when you are undergoing persecution and when you think there's no hope. That's when the Lord reveals himself to you. And the Lord revealed himself, and I didn't know it was the Lord. In fact, when I saw somebody sitting on a chair, a throne, and water was coming, a fountain of water was under the chair or the throne, I didn't know what to say because my understanding of the Bible was very weak at that time. 3 years later, I was reading the book of Revelation. It was then that I saw that God's throne in heaven is immersed in water. So let's look at the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 1. Let's look at the book of Revelation. Revelation, chapter 22, verse 1. And John saw a vision of the Lord, and he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. And so this is what Apostle John saw. He saw a river of life proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and also the throne of the Messiah. So John saw two thrones, the throne of God and the throne of the Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And he saw a river of life proceeding from the throne of God and also the throne of the Most High. So it took me 3 years for me to know that, so in the book of Revelation, God sits on his throne, and under his throne there's a river of water proceeding under the throne. This is exactly what the Lord showed me that I'm talking about. I saw this vision when I was going through persecution. My house had been foreclosed on, and it was the Lord trying to shatter my comfort zone. And you have to remember that when you are enjoying life and God calls you, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't hear. But when your comfort zone is shattered, that is when you will listen to the voice of the Lord. And so I was in a small place, a small room, when the Lord revealed himself to me in a spectacular fashion. I saw the Lord himself sitting on his throne, and water proceeding from the throne. Later on, when I read the book of Revelation 22, verse 1, 3 years later, that is when I read the book of Revelation, and I knew that real event happened in heaven, which the Lord showed John when he showed the throne of the Most High and the river of water proceeding from the throne. And that is the major revelation I've had. Is not only is not the only revelation that I've had. I've also said that somewhere in 2007, I was walking on the streets in Baltimore, and I saw myself raptured. Raptured means translated from the ground to the air. And I believe the Lord was showing me the nature of translation. You can call it a rapture. And the New Testament, the book of Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18, talks about an event that will happen where the bodies will be translated from the earth to the air. That's when the saints of the Most High will meet the Lord in the air. And that is the rapture, even though the word rapture is not mentioned exactly in the Bible. And so these are the two events. And as I said, the first one was a vision where I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and I heard the word clear as crystal. Clear as crystal. And the book of Revelation talks about it, as we said. Revelation chapter 22, verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. It's true that the water I saw, I knew it was like a pond of water, and it was very clear, transparent. And so I look at the dictionary for the word crystal, and I found out that crystal is a transparent mineral. It's very clear. It's a clear rock. And so the words in the Bible, Revelation 22, verse 1, crystal clear, was repeated in my ears when I woke up from the vision. I've also seen the movement of the moon, the sun, and the stars, including the sun dividing itself so many times. And that was when the Lord was calling me to pay attention to his work. And the Lord reveals himself through the sun, the moon, and the stars. The Lord uses these heavenly bodies to tell you something, to communicate with you in a divine way. And so let's look at Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." And so Genesis chapter 1 verse 14 says that the Lord created the heavenly bodies for signs and wonders. And so when the Lord is calling you, or when the Lord is speaking to you, or when the Lord is revealing himself to you, normally you will see unusual changes and movements in the sun, in the moon, in the stars, in the clouds. I've seen the sun in daylight dividing itself and showing movement and moving around. And these are supernatural events. And normally, I will be the only person to see it. And there was a time I saw the sun dividing itself like that, and I showed somebody, and he saw it. And the next day, when I asked him to see it, he didn't see it, but I still saw that. So you need to understand that God is real, angels are real, and God reveals himself. I'm not here to say I've met God before. All that I'm telling you is that there are so many ways through which the Lord reveals himself to people. It happened in the Old and the New Testament, and I'm testifying that it has also happened to me. I've seen rainbow. I saw a rainbow behind my office, and later on I found out that it's a sign of a covenant. And the Lord has covenant with people. He had a covenant with Noah. The Lord has covenant with you. If you are Hebrew Israelite, the Lord has a covenant with you, and you need to obey the covenant. And since I saw the rainbow behind my office, 2000 and I believe 2007, I always know that there's a special assignment for me to do with the work of the Lord, and I will beg God to give me the encouragement to continue to do the work. Remember the covenant that the Lord has with you, and obey the covenant and do as the covenant demands. So many people have covenants with Lucifer, and they are doing what the covenant demands of them. And for you, your covenant with the Most High is a sacred covenant. And when I saw the rainbow behind my office, when I saw the same rainbow in front of my house, I knew that the Lord was speaking about a special covenant. The Lord also confirms the word. The Lord confirms the Bible. The Bible is true. The Bible is real, is true. Even Muslims believe in the Bible. They believe in God. They believe in Jesus Christ. But the philosophers from Harvard University, philosophers from Oxford, the Aristotles, the Socrates, and Nobel laureates, those who are more intelligent than angels, they don't believe in God. But God is real. His words are real. And don't challenge the Bible. Some people are saying that the Bible has been falsified. Changes have been made in the Bible. Forget about it and still believe the Bible. The Lord has given me some encounters, and the encounters are meant to confirm the Bible. I'll give you one example. April the 5th, 2007, in a vision, a night vision, I saw Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and John the Baptist, who appeared to me in a vision. And in the vision, the Lord was asking John the Baptist to baptize him, and John said he was not fit, competent to baptize Jesus. And Jesus asked John to baptize him to confirm the prophecy. And I woke up from the vision. And so, what was it? This is a vision of the Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ himself, appearing with John the Baptist. And the vision was used to confirm the Bible. An event happened around the banks of the river Jordan when John the Baptist saw the Messiah coming. He cried with a loud voice, "Here comes the one who takes the sins of the world away. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven has come." And so the vision that I had on April the 5th, 2007 was a confirmation vision to confirm that actually an event happened along the banks of River Jordan, the baptism of the Messiah. It happened there. There were other things that I learned from the vision, and the fact is that John the Baptist was showing me his wedding ring. He was wearing a ring on his fingers, and he was bragging about the ring. And if you read the Bible, you don't read about John the Baptist wearing a ring anywhere, and particularly not along the banks of the river Jordan when he was baptizing the Messiah. But in the vision that was shown to me on April the 5th, 2007, I saw John the Baptist wearing a ring. And so I did research on the symbolism and prophetic implications of the ring. And the ring is a symbol of an union, and the saints, we are in an union of the Messiah. And if you read Revelation 19 verse 9, blessed are those who are invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb. There is a wedding that is going to be held in heaven, and John the Baptist was showing me his ring in the vision. And so the Lord showed me more than what is written in the Bible. There's nowhere in the Bible where it is written John the Baptist was wearing a ring or had a ring, a wedding ring. But in the vision, it was shown to me. The other thing that I also learned from the vision of John the Baptist and the Messiah is that both the Messiah and John the Baptist appeared as black men. They were wearing a garment made of animal skin, both of them. Leather. I've never seen that leather before, but pure leather, and I cannot describe it. And both of them had negroid hair. Their hair was like a rasta, both John the Baptist and the Messiah. And I conclude that Yeshua appeared to me as a black man. John the Baptist appeared to me as a black man, and I conclude that they are black people. And that's my contention. When I started my ministry online, I was very careful not to appear to be racist, and still I am. I don't want to appear to be racist because the message is for the world. The Lord created the universe, and in the book of Revelation, John saw a multitude from every tribe, every tongue, every language, and every kindred. And that is the message of the Most High. The message of salvation is not exclusive to a race. It's not exclusive to the white race. It's not exclusive to the black race. But I just want to make it clear that on April the 5th, 2007, the Messiah appeared to me in a vision, and he appeared as a black man. John the Baptist appeared to me as a black man, and John the Baptist was bragging about his wedding ring. Do you have the ring on? Are you engaged to the Messiah? Are you obeying him? Are you believing in him? He is the Lord, is salvation. Salvation belongs to God and the Lamb. It's written in Revelation chapter 7, verse 10. We are still talking about encounters. The Lord reveals things to his people, his servants. Amos 3:7. The Lord does nothing except that he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. Amos 3 verse 7. And some of the visions that I've had are warning visions. They are events that are to come. And one of the events is Russia's attack on the United States. Russia's strike on the United States. And this vision occurred to me in August of 2018, where in a vision I was riding in the United States, and there was a radio announcement that Russia was going to strike the United States in 30 minutes time, and that was 2018. And if you see what is going on in the world between Russia and NATO and America, does it give you any indication? Other men and women of God have also confirmed that America will be invaded by China, by Russia, and some coalition. I've not seen anything about China except that the Lord has shown me a beautiful, impressive military parade by China. And I don't know why they were doing the parade, but it's an indication that China is an end time player, and the Lord has an assignment for China in the end of this. Some of the visions that I've had are visions of warning, and I told you that somewhere in 2007, I saw changes in the atmosphere. There was an unusual cloud, a yellow cloud, and everything changed. And I believe I was the only person who saw it. It happened on the road in Baltimore called Harford, Harford. And I heard a voice. The voice said, brimstone and fire, brimstone and fire. And I remember that I checked the records, and the records indicate that the Lord destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah with brimstone and fire. This vision occurred in 2007, before Barack Hussein Obama became the first Negro president of United States, and the one who championed the LGBT transgender movement in the United States. And it's a warning to him, Barack Hussein Obama, and it's also a warning to those who subscribe to the LGBTQ agenda. We are talking about my encounters with the Messiah, with God. And when you hear about those encounters, don't be confused. They are true. And outline these encounters just to prove that God is there. It is my duty to reveal what has been revealed to me about God and the fact that He's real, He exists, angels are real. The most particular vision was an open vision When I say open vision, I was not asleep. I was walking, the sun was shining very brightly, still in Baltimore, and I saw someone appear from the sun, and he was wearing a crown over his head, and very beautiful appearance. And I saw him hovering over the clouds for a while, and just for seeing him, I saw flames of fire in my own eyes. And I conclude that he is the Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Yeshua, the Messiah King. When John saw him in Revelation, John describes him as the one whose eyes were like a flame of fire. So when I saw him appearing from the sun, when I look at him for about 5 minutes, my eyes were full of flames of fire, different color, like flames of fire, because when I look at him, the Messiah appearing from the sun, that was the effect it had on me. If you read the Old Testament and you read about Moses coming before the Lord on Mount Sinai, and Moses looked at the light coming from the Most High. Moses' forehead was full of light, and when he went and the Israelites saw him, they saw the light coming from the forehead of Moses. You remember the story of Saul, when Saul saw the Messiah on the road to Damascus. He was blinded by the light. It's the light that I saw protruding from the Messiah as he appeared from the sun. So if I'm here telling you the Messiah, Yeshua, appeared from the sun, open daylight, 2007, you will believe it, you may not believe it. But it didn't happen only in Baltimore, it happened in the United States, it also happened in Ghana. The event repeated itself. And these events are told today for you to know that God is real, the Messiah is real, angels are real, the Word of God is real. It needs you to prepare and understand the Word of the Lord. The Lord communicates based upon His Word. And as you recall, I waited 3 years to read the book of Revelation 22 verse 1 to know that the Lord has a throne, sits on the throne, and there's a river of life proceeding under the throne of the Most High. It is transparent, is as clear as crystal, a transparent rock. And so this is my testimony, my witness about the Lord. You may believe it or you may not believe it, but it's something that I have to tell you. I hope that we'll meet in heaven. The final trumpet of heaven has sounded. We'll meet in heaven, and we will meet in heaven. I'm very confident, 100%. I'm confident that we'll see His face. He's coming very soon. We'll meet in heaven. I know the reason why I'm telling you we'll meet in heaven. I'm very confident, overconfident, overconfident. And this is my testimony and my witness. It is not all the testimony that I have. Some of them I will not be able to tell you. I will not be able to tell anybody ever. They are divine communication and revelation that I will keep to myself. But for now, I will tell you that on August 27, 2013, the Lord revealed to me that the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. Thank you for watching this video.